What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do the monthly manifestation for the collective. Okay, this is going to be for July, 2022. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal, so take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay, so you guys, if you're new here and you're not familiar with the monthly manifestations, just so you guys know, the monthly manifestation is here to pretty much help you guys stay organized, work towards your goals, manifest whatever it is that you're trying to work on, okay? Whether it be a material goal or a spiritual goal or just your emotional dealing with, your mind, body, and spirit, whatever it is that you're working towards, okay? It is for the collective, it's not for any particular sign, okay? And we talk about the phases of the moon, okay? So, if you're not familiar, by all means, you can go and check out my playlist of monthly manifestations. And I think I have from September of last year, and then I went on a hiatus. Okay, I went on a hiatus, and then I came back and started in March. Okay, so I'm trying to stay consistent with these. I normally do them before the new moon. And lately this year, new moons have been like jumping at least 2 times per month, I believe, since April. Okay. So a lot of reevaluation needs to go on within the collective. Okay. So let's talk about the dates. Okay. And I pretty much will also put the dates down in the description so that way you guys can kind of reference to those. Okay. If you don't, keep up during the video. Okay. Um, Last new moon for the month of June. This is, of course, coming out before July, okay? And that's because there's, again, a lot of reevaluation that needs to go on. The last new moon is on June 28th, okay? That's next week, okay? That's next Tuesday, okay? Want to remind you guys, if you haven't watched the monthly manifestation for June, remember to pace yourself and remember why you're doing your goal. Okay, whatever it is you're trying to obtain, remember why you're doing it. Because some of you may be getting tired, you may, doubt yourself, whatever the case may be, and it's kind of keeping you from finishing what you need to do. Okay, so continue to be optimistic towards your goals. Okay, are you being realistic with your goals? That may be the reason why you're not able to accomplish it. Okay. If you're constantly like saying, oh, I'm supposed to be doing X, Y, and Z, and then you're like, I don't feel like doing it. Maybe the goal that you set was maybe a little bit too high in expectations, and that's why you're not able to accomplish it. Okay. There's nothing wrong with it. You haven't failed. It's just you have the time now to readjust and make your goal a little bit more realistic. Okay. Maybe you set the bar too high and you need to kind of make miniature goals before you get to that main goal. Okay. Are you willing to face the truth? Okay. And that's part of, again, what I'm just specifying right now is really be honest with yourself. Did you set the bar too high? You could have. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with setting the bar high, but if there's multiple steps that need to be done before you can reach that goal, it's time to simmer everything down and compartmentalize and say, okay, maybe I work on this particular part to get to this goal for right now, and then work towards that main goal. You're still accomplishing something, but at a easier and more manageable pace. Okay, so I want you guys to kind of consider that when the 28th gets here. Okay, so that being said, let's move into the talking points for July. Okay, when we get into July, the first quarter moon is on the 6th. Okay, so I need you to kind of, and for those who are new, I'll, kind of explain. I'll go back and explain the phases. Okay, so You have three phases that you really need to focus on within the month as far as to keep you on schedule with what you're trying to accomplish. Okay, so you have the first quarter moon, which is supposed to be the time where you're focusing on what it is that your goal is. Okay, well, not necessarily. Let me backtrack. Okay, new moon is for you to realize what it is that you want to work on. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit confusing. Sometimes it confuses me because I'm like, what am I supposed to be working on right now? Okay, because at the same time, you feel like you're working on something plus checking the progress of the work that you're doing. Okay, so it happens to me all the time. New moon, you focus on that new goal, that new project, that new thing that you want to work on. Okay, first quarter moon is your progress point. Okay, and so that's where it's going to get a little bit tricky because the way that these phases have been falling is repetitious. Okay, the new moon is popping up twice within 1 month. Okay, which means reevaluation, new projects, things like that. But at the same time, there's some things that you need to release. Okay, so first quarter moon on the 6th should be your progress point of you either stating what your goal was on the 28th or what you need to release. Okay. So, what I want everybody to focus on is that the first new moon of the month, the first official new moon of the month, that should be your time to think about what it is that you want to focus on first. Okay. Your main goal, your main project, whatever the case may be. Okay. Then, what I want you to focus on the second one at the end of the month, which would be the 28th, is what can change. Did I set the bar too high? Do reevaluation, not a new project. Figure out what can be dropped, okay, that's not serving you, okay, before you go into the new month. That way you have less on you, okay? So when that first quarter moon comes on the 6th, it's a progress report for yourself to say, okay, what have I done? Create a checklist for yourself. Really prioritize, okay? So that way you don't, lose track of what it is that you're focusing on, okay? So that's what the first quarter moon is for, is a halfway point, progress point for what you are working on. Your new moon is for new projects, the first official new moon, okay, of the month. Right now, like I said, since April, it's been crazy because there's been two new moons in a month. So the first half of the month, new projects. Second half of the month, what needs to go, okay? So on the 13th is the full moon, okay? But it's not any ordinary full moon. And let me go back to my talking points because I totally neglected this card that I got right here. Okay. For the 6th, okay, did you reevaluate your plan or goal during the 28th new moon? Okay. Is there room for change or growth? All right. And tie up any loose ends. Okay. That's what I need everybody to focus on July 6th, on that first quarter moon. Okay. Those are the main points. All right. And I kind of said the same things. I just had these written down so that way I make sure I say them. Okay. So next we have the full moon, but it's like I said, it's not any full moon. It's a full buck moon. Okay. Like Nuck if you buck. For some of y'all out here that's like tired of people's shit. Okay. I understand. Okay. It's rough out here in these streets. Okay. And yes, that is a throwback for y'all. Okay. But it's a full buck moon. Okay. So during this full buck moon on the 13th, okay, you need to consider this July as the month of inner strength and maturity. Okay, the reason why maturity is because male bucks around this time, their horns are becoming more prominent right now. Okay, the male bucks, their horns are growing, they're extending out more, they're more noticeable. Their horns can actually regrow as well, so there's also room for regrowth, okay, of something. Okay, so that's where the strength comes from. If you think of a male buck, they're very majestic. Okay, they usually, you can see them during the day, but they usually hide out and are more prominent at night. Okay, On top of that, you have jasmine, okay, the plant, like the jasmine buds that are usually with roses and things like that, okay. The scent of jasmine is more prominent right now, okay, as it's starting to bud or bloom, okay, and it normally grows around this time in the summer. There will be a sense of inspiration among some of you, okay, while others of you will experience a more spiritual ascension, okay? There's going to be a lot of love of self. There's going to be maybe some activism within your community and some unity, okay, between people, okay? A lot is going on in the world right now, and that's what we need is more unity between all of us, okay? While we may be different in skin tones and things of that nature and gender, we all feel the same, okay? And so there's going to be some form of unity within your community, within your group, whatever the case may be, okay? And so there's also going to be room where you need to do some purification and detoxing of the soul, okay? So, and we are about to get into why, okay? So, normally, I do not pay attention to last quarter moons, okay? Normally, they are not significant. I don't talk about the last quarter moon phase, okay? Nothing really goes on significant enough for me to even mention it, okay? But this month, July, you're going to, or some of you need to do some shadow work on the 20th, okay? The 20th of July needs to be some shadow work before the new moon on the 28th, okay? Because whatever is going on with you more emotionally, okay? More emotionally on the 20th, you can't keep neglecting things of the past, okay? Whatever has happened in your past, collective, is blocking you from moving forward, okay? Whatever it is, I don't care if you're focusing on saving for a new house, I don't care if it's a relationship. Whatever happened in your past, there is something in your past that is holding you back from really focusing primarily on your main goal, okay? Somehow your past is tied to your goal that you're trying to achieve, okay? And so on the new moon, not really on the new moon, on the 20th, on the last quarter moon, I need you to dig deeper into what's burdening you, okay? Dig deep into your subconscious, okay? I have plenty of meditations on my channel for you to go to at any given point in time. And as I add, these are ones that I'm also taking as well. So I'm not suggesting anything to you that I wouldn't do myself, okay? Because I got healing to do too, okay? But, and I gladly, proudly say that I have healing to do, okay? But mine is more of, self love, self care, things of that nature, okay? Those are my goals right now, all right? And so, just a few. I ain't gonna share all of them with y'all, okay? Sometimes you gotta keep things close to the vest, okay? But nonetheless, okay, as far as everyone else, there is like healing meditations, detox meditations that you can do, and in preparation for those, maybe you can do an intermittent fast, okay? Do it safely, okay? Talk with your, professional doctor, whatever the case may be, your pharmacist, physician, whatever, before you do this. But you can intermittent fast and then, drink nothing but water, because like I said, purification, because jasmine is a white flower and it talks about purity, okay? So we want to purify our souls a little bit, okay? Especially from things that are old and hindering us, okay? Maybe you're thinking about the past, keeping you from doing something because someone makes you feel like it's not worth doing or whatever the case may be, okay? But it's your life to live, not theirs, okay? So you can definitely maybe like get some jasmine oil, put it in a diffuser, maybe put just a drop on your forehead as you do a cleansing meditation, and just do a simple breathing exercise. Do a breathing exercise where you're breathing in positivity, breathing in that jasmine for purification of your surroundings, and then exhale through the mouth any negative energy, that past energy, okay? So let go of the old, okay? It's time to release it as it's blocking you from reaching your fullest potential, okay? So whatever is holding you back, trust me, I don't know why, but I feel like there's some things from your past that are kind of intertwined with what it is that you're trying to do now. And in order for you to be able to move forward, you're going to have to let go of that past, okay? So by the next new moon on the 28th, you want to make sure that everything that is whatever has been holding you back, it's time to release it, okay? And it should be released by the next new moon, where you can then focus on what you need to, okay? So that being said, that's all my notes front and back, okay? I do this I've been doing this now every month, okay, since I've been doing these talking points, because it's a lot, okay? And again, for you to be centered or wanting to be centered, if that is your goal, spiritual goals, okay, I'm taking better care of yourself. This is not a phase. This is a lifestyle, okay? And so you want to keep this up, not just for a month, not just for 3 months, not just until you get what you need. This is something to motivate you to keep going for the rest of your life, okay? So that being said, we're going to get into the Moonology deck so we can go ahead and ask these questions, okay? I usually do 3 cards, okay, with 3 questions attached to them. If y'all see me kind of go off to the side, it's because I'm looking at my questions, okay? So we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to reshuffle for you guys before we get started, okay? But basically, each card is in reference to the moon phase, okay, that you need to focus on. So we have a question for the new moon, and then we have a question for the first quarter moon, and then a question in regards to the full moon, okay? So, and I'll show the cards to y'all because y'all know I don't normally do. Well, I've been sprinkling them in there from time to time as far as face value videos, but I like doing the overhead so that way you guys can see the deck and the spread. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to do as usual, 1 from the top, 1 from the bottom, no peeking. Okay, and then 1 energetically from the middle, okay? And crazily enough, I broke my nail yesterday, so now it's kind of a little bit more difficult for me to get to cards. And then we'll flip the bottom of the deck over to get the overall outcome, okay? So, and I only do them, I flip them over 1 at a time so we can just go per energy, okay? So the first question is in reference to the new moon, okay? What should be the mindset towards your intention or goals, okay? What should be the mindset, okay? Don't let pride get in the way. Don't let pride get in the way, okay? That's for your new moon. Full moon in Leo, so this is Leo energy, okay? When I do these cards, I don't normally deal with, the moon placements as far as like full moon in Leo. I may reference the sign, okay? But that's about it, okay? So you don't have to really, look too much into that, okay? But basically, don't let pride get in the way. Leo energy, you could have Leo in your chart, okay? If you don't know your birth chart, by all means, definitely go look it up, okay? They are very safe. If you want to go to somebody that's very reputable, Yasmin Bland is where I got my birth chart from, and it was very, very informative. Okay. And she made this Moonology deck. So I would definitely suggest her to anyone to get their birth chart from her. Okay. But don't let pride get in your way. You may be too prideful to ask for help right now. Okay. You may think you can do everything yourself. Okay. It could be a situation where you're not willing to speak again on things that are bothering you. Okay. If it's something emotional, mental, by all means, I am a very big advocate and I have said it a lot on my channel. Therapy is definitely something that I've done and I would suggest to anyone. Okay. Mental health is very important. All right. Emotional health is very important. Okay. It ties to your body and mind. Okay. And if that is in any shape, form, or fashion jaded, then of course you're going to be in a terrible situation. So if it's something that needs the help of a licensed therapist, by all means go and seek therapy, so that way you can have a safe haven or place to pretty much talk about what's bothering you. Okay. But if it's not that deep, you know, don't let pride get in your way. Okay. Just because you feel like you're right about something. Okay. A lot of us do that. Okay. We think that because we're right in the moment of how you feel, you have to also have enough emotional intelligence to consider someone else's feelings or opinion. We all have opinions, okay, and we're all entitled to them. But we also need to show some form of respect to other people for what they believe is right, okay? Not everybody is right. Everybody's right to have an opinion, but that don't mean you right, okay? So be able to think outside the box, be able to remove your pride and put that aside, because you're trying to get something done. You're trying to get something accomplished. You're trying to grow. Okay, like I said, this month is a month, July is a month of maturity and inner strength. Okay, and you have to have the inner strength to be able to ask for help when you need it, to say, hey, I think maybe overreacted or whatever the case may be. That's maturity. Okay, to take the time to be aware of yourself, okay, before going off on someone, okay? So don't let pride get in your way. That is the mindset that you have to have, okay? If you're trying to accomplish this goal, you need to be able to allow people to help you. If you know of external resources that could help you, by all means, do that, okay? So, next, let's get to the next question here for the first quarter moon. Will or have you made any progress? Will or have you made any progress? We have the card here of you are good enough. Okay? You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo, this Virgo energy here. Okay? Collective, some of you may be dealing with, again, like I said, self love, insecurities, things of that nature. Whatever your goal is, okay, have you made any progress? Like I said before, you may be doubting yourself on trying to get something accomplished, okay, no matter how small or how big it may be, okay. Whatever it is you're working on, especially if it's something maybe materialistic that you're trying to achieve, you are good enough. If it's in reference to a relationship, this is the universe telling you you are good enough to keep moving forward, okay? Nothing is hindering you or in your way except for you, okay? If you're constantly thinking about the past or constantly comparing the past to your present, you're staying in the past, okay? I have said this before and it's been in my readings almost all this last week for the last couple of signs. Fighting with fate just means our past have won, okay? Do you want to keep continuing to live in pain? If your past caused you pain and you're in a position right now to be happy and to be fulfilled, why should your past still be in the way? Okay? You have to ask yourself that question. And if you're not able to answer that question, it's because you're still stuck in the past. Okay. And you're still attached to it. All right. Whether it be a person, place, or thing. Okay. If you're living somewhere and you're not happy where you are, it's time for you to move. Okay. You need to set up a plan so that way you can get away and out of that environment. Okay. If you're in a relationship that you know you don't no longer want to be in, but you're scared of starting over, trust, it is not easy starting over. And starting over means not hurrying up and jumping into a relationship with someone, or not hurrying up and jumping into a physical relationship with someone. It's talking about starting over as friends. What can you do differently that you didn't do in your last relationship, so that the way the next relationship is more fruitful? Okay. These are the things, that obviously are going on within the collective right now. Okay. And these are just small examples. All right. But you are good enough. So, have you made any progress? If you've not, to me, that is stating that, like I said before, you're having doubts about something, which is keeping you from moving forward. So, your progress is stunted right now. You are good enough to continue forward. You just have to make some changes, okay? And first quarter moon on the 6th is when you can make the changes necessary before the full moon, because around full moon time you should be finished with what it is that you're trying to get to, or at least close to the finish line. Okay. So lastly, is the last question is in reference to the full moon. Has or is the intention or goal being achieved? Okay. Has it been achieved? The answers you need are coming. The answers you need are coming. Okay. We have Gemini energy here. Okay. Which I automatically feel like double time. Okay. By the full moon for some of you. Okay. And again, with Gemini, what did I say? Shadow work on the 20th. Okay. Before this full moon, there's some of you that need to do some shadow work. Look up shadow work, what that is and what that entails. I'll give you a brief description. I don't want to get into it too much on here. Okay. But shadow work is basically your alternate self, the self that's in pain, okay, and letting things go. All right. And so you need to do some introspection and look within to find out what it is that's, holding you back. Okay. There's something that you're holding in that needs to be let out. Okay. You have a voice and it needs to be heard. Okay. Something needs to be said, or something, needs to be heard. Okay. And it has to be done before this new moon, before this full moon, before this full moon. All right. And so take the time on the 20th of July to get whatever is within you out, to heal from it. Okay. If it's to tell somebody about themselves, and tell somebody about themselves so that way you can get it up off you. Okay. Holding on to it, have you ever sat up here and had some animosity or resentment towards someone for something that they did, and you sit up there and you see them on the street and you're like, hey, what's up, girl? Or hey, what's good, bro? And knowing damn well you mad as hell at them and they have no clue. They have no clue. 9 times out of 10, they're moving like everything's good. They have no idea. No one can read your mind. But if something bothered you or rubbed you the wrong way, you have to release it and let it go. Whether you do it with yourself, or you pull that person to the side and say, hey, no, everything's not good. Okay. I have a problem. All right. There was something you said that I really didn't like, or there's something you did that I didn't really care for, that did not match with my values or morals. And I feel like I have to discuss it, because every time I see you, I'm holding it in. Someone can have more respect for that, and it don't have to be on any type of negativity. It doesn't have to be aggressive. It had come from a compassionate place. Okay. And maybe within doing so, the answers that you need will be right there. Okay. So that way you're able to clear the air and you're able to move forward. Okay. But with shadow work, it's all about facing that inner self, doing some inner healing. okay, and letting go that pain. All right, it's necessary for a lot of you in the collective. Okay, so let me get a sip of water here. We're going to go ahead and flip the bottom of the deck over so we can see what the final outcome is. And it feels like there's, of course, this is for the collective, so I may have some more extra messages here. Okay, what have I been saying through this whole damn reading for this monthly manifestation? Don't let your past hold you back. Do not let your past hold you back. Okay? I've been saying that this whole reading. Okay? I can't make this stuff up. And I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I don't do that when I do these readings, but I'm just saying. Okay? Don't hold yourself back. Don't let your past hold you back. That is what's going on in the collective. Y'all's past is got a hold on y'all. Okay? It's got a hold on you. You have to release that past. If you are still upset with an ex for the breakup that y'all had and the breakup was bad as hell, how the hell are you following this person on Facebook, on all their social media, still hanging out with them, still got the same mutual friends, and you wondering why you still mad? Because you walking around talking to the trigger that's causing the pain. Does that make any sense? Don't make no sense to me. I've had exes where my past relationships, I am not friends with them anymore. If I see you on the street, yeah, what's up? And I keep it moving. That's it. But I'm not going to sit up here and actually still have your digits and everything in my phone. No, you got to go. That's how I heal. That's how anyone should be able to heal. Okay, yes, there's maturity where you can say, oh no, we can be friends. No, not always. You can't sit up here and tell me that you don't take a possible shot at your ex. You sitting up here and have a nice lunch with them and everything, and all of a sudden you bring up what happened in y'all's breakup or something that they did that nobody else knows that they do. None of that would happen if you didn't have them around you. Okay, so that's just an example for some of y'all. Some of y'all may be dealing with y'all's exes still talking to them, trying to be friends with them and joking and laughing with them, when deep inside you want to do a drive-by on them. Like, stop. You are causing your own pain. You are causing your own pain. I can't do it, okay? And I'm not going to, okay? You have to let it go. You have to let it go. Whatever it is, you have to let it go, which means getting those possible triggers that are around you away from you, okay? Because it's not serving you, okay? We're going to go up underneath that. We're going to push that to the left, okay? The next card that's here is a new start is coming. A new start is coming. You know why? And that's new moon. If you see it on the bottom, like I said, I don't normally pay attention to it, but by new moon, next new moon, the 28th. Okay? A new start is coming for the collective on the 28th once you stop letting your past hold you back. Okay? You move that past out the way. Okay? New start will be coming. We're going to put that under the answers that you need are coming. To the final outcome, communication is key, with Gemini showing back up yet again. Okay? Communication is key, meaning you need to speak up. Work on that throat chakra. If you are not able to talk, do a meditation on your throat chakra at least 10 to 15 minutes a day. Okay? 10 to 15 minutes. That's all you have to do. And just sit in silence. Okay? That's all you have to do. If you want a particular stone that could help you, malachite is very good. I have a malachite amulet that I wear sometimes when I know I need some assistance with my throat chakra. Malachite is really good for that. Okay, it will get some stuff out of your throat chakra. Okay, just be mindful. All right, like I said, you don't have to be, aggressive or condescending or arrogant when you talk, but be compassionate. Like I said, this month is the month of purification, self-love, unity. Okay, getting some stuff up off of you. Okay, and it's about maturity. Be mature in your communication. All right, you're gonna have to communicate anyway with whatever it is that you're also trying to achieve, but it's gonna be a lot of communication going on in the month of July that hasn't been going on for these past couple of months, with yourself, with people around you. Okay, it's a lot of communication going on, new starts. It's gonna be a lot of communication. Okay, so with that being said, collective, that is all I have, because I don't think I have anything else to say. I said everything I needed to say during this reading. Okay, so you can look in the description. I will go ahead and put those dates that you need to focus on and what needs to happen. Just a small, brief, word or two about what you need to work on. And if I can, I'll probably come back and put a link for a healing meditation for you guys to listen to on your own to help with that healing. Okay, so until then, peace.